What is up, guys? It's Dan from AutoMotivationZ here for another build and price review. And today, if you didn't already know what we're going to do, we are going to do a 2024 WRX TR. And you might be asking, why are we doing a WRX? I have had three WRXs, actually four. I had one just regular WRX, and I've had three STIs. So I had a 2006 STI, I had a 2013 WRX that I bought brand new. I had a 2015 STI that I leased brand new, and then I had a brand new 2018 STI Type RA, number 391 of 500. So I am very, very well versed with Subarus. I know exactly how they work, what to do with them, how they drive, and I just thought it would be a good kind of segue into the test drive that I'll be doing here in just a couple of days on a new WRX. So I'd like to get this out first, and then we'll do the test drive of the WRX second, just so you guys can kind of see exactly how things go, how it handles, how it looks, things like that. Now, 2022 was a very controversial year. That's when the WRX was redesigned, and this is what they came up with. So you go to build and price when you go to Subaru.com, and this is exactly what you find. Preza Legacy BRZ WRX is what we are going to pick. So you have a whole bunch of different options. You have the base WRX, you have the premium, the limited, the TR, and the GT. Now, what do all of these afford you? Obviously, the base is going to have the least amount of features. The premium is going to have a little bit more. The limited a little bit more. A sunroof. The TR is basically a stripped down version of the GT. So the GT gets eyesight. It gets all of the good, all of the goodies that Subaru has developed over the years. All of the safe driving technology and things of that nature is what the GT gets. The TR also gets that. Plus, it gets, and we'll get into this, I really like these wheels. I really like these. So the TR gets Brembo brakes, it gets better steering, it gets better handling, and it still has the same engine, the 2.4 liter, so that's going to be across all of these. All of these have the 2.4 liter turbo engine. It's going to put out 271 horse and 253 torque, I believe, and we'll edit that into the video if that's incorrect. So you see a base, a premium, a limited, a TR, a GT. We'll just go through real quick what a base is, starting at $32,735. That is up. So when I bought my 2013 WRX, my base price that I paid was $25K, and that was back in 2013. So you can see how prices have gone up quite a bit since 2013. Now, obviously, 11 years later, with inflation and with things like that, and prices just going up and skyrocketing up through COVID and stuff like that, obviously you're going to see these prices are a little bit higher. But the base is going to start at $32,735. Then you go premium, $34,635, so about a $2,000 jump. The limited is going to be $39,015. The TR is going to be $41,655, and the GT is going to be $44,215. Now, this was STI territory, this and this, back when the STI was available. Now, the STI ran from 2004 until 2021. Ultimately, Subaru cut it off. They made the WRX. They did not make the STI, which made tons of people angry. Obviously, people were like, I cannot believe this. I am never buying a Subaru again. Obviously I'm not one of those people, but I do think that the new body style has some explaining to do. And the first part we'll stick with the TR here. The first part is these wheel arches. What were they thinking? I mean, I don't know why you would put plastic wheel arches on a car. It just looks, I mean, I can understand on like a cross track or something like that you're actually taking off road and you don't want to damage the paint. But this on a performance car, it just looks so weird. And it just, I don't understand it. So we're going to stick with this. $41,655 is our base starting price. Obviously, you get the Brembo brakes in this. So it's going to be 6-piston up front, 2-piston in the back. So you're going to see 3 three circles here, here, and here. And then in the back, you'll see one circle because it's just front and back. You get the Recaro Performance seats. I've seen videos of these. They look even better than what the Type RA used to have or the S209. Those had Recaro seats as well. You could option those on the STI if you had some of the, like a limited trim. You could definitely get it there. But, yeah. And you guys, this is what I'm talking about, these wheels. I love these wheels. They look so extremely cool. And it's just, I really like this. I really like how it looks. And, you know, the gray color and just the general look of it, I think they did a really good job on this wheel. It looks really awesome. And you'll see you have a little tiny fog light here. You have some empty space here that they had to fill up. You got a big air opening here, big air opening there, and then of course a little bit more. You have the hood scoop. Of course, this is a top mount intercooler, so you got the air that goes in there. These hood scoops have gotten smaller over the years. The 2004 used to have one that was up way high, and my '06 was the same way, where it had a relatively high hood scoop. You could still see over it, obviously, but it seemed like it would trap more air, but I could be wrong on that. So these are going to be 19s, 245, 45, I believe. No, 245, 35 are 19s, ZR19s. You get these Potenza S something. I can't see the name of it. You get Potenza tires. They're pretty decent. I haven't seen these. I haven't felt these out, personally, but they look really nice. And like I said, these wheels, I really, really like these wheels. Like it talks about, you get the revised suspension with stiffer springs and the retuned dampers. It does delete the moonroof, and I wish they would keep that on there because I've never, ever, ever had a moonroof on a WRX or an STI because I've always gotten the base version. And it just seems odd that they delete that. That should be an option that you can delete it if you want to, but you can not delete it if you don't want to. We're going to go into colors next. So on the exterior, and this is we'll just take a view of what this looks like, and a lot of people are really just not liking this back bumper. A lot of people just really don't like this bumper. I mean, the exhaust is pretty close to the same. You still have that big chunky, big exhaust. It's still very easy to get an axle back on this. It's 6 bolts. I've done it in my garage. Very easy to do. You do get a tiny chin lip spoiler here. I think it looks better than what they had on the previous gen, but it's small. It just seems weird. And what I wanted to do today was to show you this, and I'll show you the picture. This is what I wanted to show you. The STI spoiler. So this is something that it still fits on the WRX on the new generation. I think it makes it look really cool because you have this dip here. It just makes it look a lot taller than it actually is. I really like the way this looks, especially in black. So then you got the side view. Obviously we have these awesome, awesome wheels. You guys, I just can't get enough of these wheels. They're really awesome. And then we have the hood scoop. We have LED headlights, LED fog lights, and then of course the opening here for the air intake. These are the colors that we have. So we have WR Blue Pearl. So this is going to be the World Rally Blue that you always see WRXs and STIs in. The standard color basically of the WRX or STI. You have crystal black silica, which is what I just showed you. You have ceramic white. Let's put that up a little bit so you can see it. You have ignition red, ice silver metallic, magnetite gray metallic. It's also pretty nice. Solar orange pearl, and sapphire blue pearl. Now, this seems very, very close to the lapis blue pearl STI that used to be out there. Before that was the plasma blue pearl, which they called the blurple STI, and that is probably my favorite color of all time for a WRX or an STI. That was from 2011 to 2014, and I'll throw up a picture so you guys can see it, but oh, you guys, my favorite color of all time. But I think we're gonna go black, just because the black looks nice, and it really, really hides these arches. I actually saw a black one on the road today, and it looked very nice. So you can see how it kind of just, it hides the plastic a little bit better. I think it makes it look a lot better too. Next, we're going to go to packages. And there are no packages available for this. So on to accessories. Now, a lot of people would see the CD player kit and be like, what are you doing? Why would you have a CD player? I am still old school. I still like having a CD player in my car. So I would definitely add that. I do not need a cargo net, but I always add every option in, and then we go back and we do this the way that I would take the car. So we're going to add the cargo net. The cargo tray. So it's going to be this Subaru embossed, kind of floor mat for your trunk area for $132. Yes, we will do that. All-weather floor liners that have WRX embossed into them. These are always a good idea to do. I do this in every one of my cars. A battery charger and maintainer for people who don't drive this in the winter. You have standard Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive. If you don't drive this in the winter, you're crazy. You are absolutely crazy if you do not drive this in the winter. It's one of the most fun cars you can drive in the winter. And for $150, why not? So we're going to add that. The engine underguard. This is going to be a lightweight aluminum panel for underneath the car. So it just protects everything underneath it. You still get airflow to the bits that need it. Like I said, we're going to add everything first, and then we're going to go through and delete the stuff that we don't want. The fog light, the LED fog lights. $449. Seems like a lot, but like I said, we're going to add everything first, and then we'll come back and we will do it like I want to do it. The mud flaps, you guys, I have waited years to have a standard mud flap available for a WRX. Everyone gets the Rally Armor mud flaps for these. Everyone does. And these look to be pretty dang similar to what those are. $139, well worth it. These look cool. They make the car look a little bit wider, and they just protect the car a little bit more. Splash guards in the back. I personally probably wouldn't get these, but for $187, like I said, we're going to add everything in. Oh, if we get the splash guards, we can't do the mud flaps. So we are not going to do splash guards, because obviously the mud flaps are a lot cooler than that. The STI Duracon shift knob for the 6MT, because it is a manual, you guys. It's the only way this car comes. The TR, I should say. The GT comes only in an automatic, which, if you buy a WRX and you want an automatic, please comment why you would like an automatic over a manual. I realize that manual is a dying trend. There's not a lot of cars out there that are manual only these days, and they all have an automatic option to them. I get it. That's where the world is headed. But I just cannot stomach the fact that if it's offered with a manual, I'll be getting a manual. So we're going to add that for $100. I think that really looks cool too. I like that shift knob. Doesn't look stupid. We have STI mud flaps in black. So you can do STI versus WRX. This isn't an STI. It's a WRX. So I wouldn't do that. And you guys, I have never, ever, ever, ever been a fan of the red flaps on a black or a white or anything car. If it's red, maybe, because these are red, I would never, ever do this. And I am not even going to add them right now just because it's a trigger for me. I don't like it. We have the STI Performance mufflers. So this is going to be kind of like the SPT exhaust back in the day. This is going to be the Performance exhaust. You can see how easy this exhaust is to change when they show this here. You have one hanger right here. You have one hanger right here. You have 3 bolts here and 3 bolts here. That's it, you guys. That's how easy this is to change out. It is very easy to do it yourself. Now for $1,200, I could get 3 Remark exhausts, axleback exhausts, which are going to sound much better. I am going to add this only because we're adding everything in, and then we're going to be taking this out because I would not do this. So we're going to add that. The STI starter switch, so this comes normally in gray or black, they call it. This is red and says STI on it. It does have a sportier appearance. We're going to add it just because, but for 250 bucks, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. The carbon fiber trunk trim. So this is going to really, really raise up this this little tiny wing in the back for 339 bucks. And I believe it's underneath the Subaru emblem, and it's right here. It's actually not too bad for carbon fiber. Not a bad price, 339 bucks. Exhaust finisher. So precision formed stainless steel trim pieces add a serious performance look to the rear of the WRX. I don't think it adds a serious performance look at all, but we're going to add it just because we're adding everything, just to see what we can get as a total. The LED grille emblem. So this is going to light up. The Subaru emblem will light up. This is a trend in a lot of cars these days. You see a lot of Audis. Lincoln has this. Mercedes has this. A lot of car companies are going to an illuminated badge. Acura has this, like on the Type S review that I did. That car had the illuminated LED grille emblem on it. So it's something that a lot of people are doing these days. We're going to add it, like I said, because it's part of what I'm doing. And then, of course, the WRX will be illuminated as well. $264. Seems kind of high, but I digress. This talks about the trunk spoiler. We already did the carbon fiber one, so we're not going to do this. We're not going to add that. The Thule awning, the roof mounted, this is going to be for... You know, you have these racks right here that you can use. You can utilize your WRX outside. This seems relatively chintzy. I don't think I would get this anyways, but I mean, if you're camping, it could be a nice addition. But like I said, we're going to add everything, and then... This also adds the crossbar. All right, let's do it. You know what? Like I said, we'll get there. And we're off to the summary. So, as with all the options you can possibly put on this car, well, not all of them. I mean, you saw that some of them I did not do just because I wanted to do another thing. But you're looking at $48,388. Now, that seems like a lot for a WRX, and I agree. But knowing that this car does the same quarter mile as the STI, the same 0 to 60, basically, a little bit slower in the 0 to 60 time. Quarter mile times are pretty much dead even. So a 24 WRX TR versus a 21 STI or STI Limited, you're going to be pretty close to the same. Now, I will say, you guys, these wheels, they got me. I really, really, really enjoy these wheels. I really like this. Now, we are going to go back. We're going to go back to the model. We're going to continue. We're going to go back. And I'm going to pick this car the way I would pick it. So we scroll down. We get to the WRX. Starting at $32,000. That sounds really nice. But we're going for the TR. We're getting up there. So $41,655. Remember that number. We're starting at $41,600. Next, we go to colors. For this car, and this is going to be weird saying this, you can only do one color. It's got to be black or gray. Gray kind of hides these. Black, I think, really hides these. The plastic on this car is hideous. It's absolutely terrible. I would love to do like a gloss back like this, like right here, and wrap that in something else so it looks better. But we're going to do black. And if I bought this car, I would probably do black. Even though I've only had black WRXs and STIs, and I had one white STI. Every other one has been black. Packages. No packages available. We don't got to worry about that. Next, we go on to accessories. I am going to get the CD player kit because I'm old school and I still have a CD player that I use, and I still utilize the CD player in my RS5 right now. And I still have a booklet of CDs in my car. I am old school. I do have a USB with my music on it, but if I want a backup CD or I want something like that I want to throw in there, I don't have all of my music on my USB. So that's when I change out to CDs. So I would do this. This is going to be something that I don't think anyone else would do. If they're optioning this car new, I don't think anybody else would do this. So I might have a pretty rare WRX TR if I were to do this. Cargo net. I don't care about that. We're not going to do it. Cargo tray. I do care about that. I am going to do that. 132 bucks. It's well worth it. Well worth it. All-weather floor liners. You guys, if you don't get all-weather floor liners in Minnesota, you have a problem. And that problem is going to be keeping your carpets clean because so much stuff, road debris, grime, salt gets tracked into the carpets. And if you have our all-weather floor liners, it makes a huge difference. So in Minnesota, this is a must-have. And I've had this in every single one of my cars, dating back all the way to the first STI, I believe. A battery charger maintainer. I don't necessarily need it, but I think I would like that. So we're going to do that. The engine underguard, we're going to do that too. It's 200 bucks. It makes a huge difference, you guys. I would rather tear this off than tear off something important in the car. The fog lights, I could go without that. We're not going to put it on there. Mud flaps, we're definitely going to do that because that looks cool. Splash guards, can't do. I will do the STI shift knob just because I think I really like this. I think this looks cool. Yeah, it says STI on it. It's not an STI, it's a WRX, but I can get over that. Like I already talked about, I would not do STI branded mud flaps on a WRX. I think that is very, very distasteful. The performance mufflers, no. I would buy Remark exhaust for this at $300 or $400. Axle back goes from here to here. This is a complete waste of money in my opinion. I would never do this. And $1,200 for a performance muffler, and I'm using air quotes that you can't see. It's not a performance muffler. It's garbage is what it is. So, no, not going to happen. STI starter switch. I could live with this in black. And I don't care that it says STI on it, so we're not going to do that. And for 250 bucks, I'd rather spend that on the exhaust that I'm going to get. The carbon fiber trunk trim, I would say maybe. And the only reason I say maybe is because this wing looks a little bit high, and I want to get the STI. I want to get this wing on it. So if this is too high, I don't know if I can do that. So we're just going to go without that for right now. 339 bucks. It's a good deal. I would probably get it if I wasn't going to do a wing, but I would do a wing. I mean, come on. It's not a WRX or an STI without a wing on it. Big wings make everything better. Exhaust finisher? No, because we're going to get different exhaust anyways. LED grill emblem? No, I don't need it. The side plates being illuminated, I would get that. 264 bucks. The trunk spoiler? No. The awning or the roof mounted thing? No. Next, we're going to go to the summary. So me, as I would have this, $44,268. It's about $4,000 less than adding just everything onto here. And you guys, I really think that this is a winner right here, how this is done. I am going to try to review a WRX TR, but they are relatively rare. It's something that they are trickling into the dealerships, and I've been in contact with my Subaru guy, Scott Putnam, great guy over at Bloomington Subaru and Acura. If you guys are looking for a Subaru or an Acura, definitely check him out. Super cool guy, and he is just in tune with WRXs. He races STIs. He has awesome heritage with the car. And you guys, I bought in 2 cars from him. I trust him. Anything Subaru, I would definitely go to him. I wouldn't go to anybody else. And he's in Bloomington now. So he moved from Minnetonka Subaru to Bloomington. and he's been there for a little bit now. And you guys, if you're looking for a Subaru or an Acura, because you can do both, definitely check him out. Scott Putnam is his name, and you will not be sorry. He's one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. So 44,268. Here's all the accessories, and I'll pause it now just so you guys can take a look at it and not talk. So those are all the accessories we have. And then price is configured. Obviously, we have destination and delivery, 44,268. Now, I have seen some of these TRs going for about 41. They're about 3K off MSRP right now. And that's a really good deal. For this car and what you get, you're basically getting an STI with new technology in it. The 2.4 liter, I get it. It's not the STI that we used to have, the 2.5, the EJ motor. It's not the same. It does sound different with exhaust, but you guys, you can get unequal length headers for this car and make it sound exactly like an STI. And I've seen videos online, and it does sound exactly like an STI used to. So you still can do it. It's still available. It's just obviously you're going to void your warranty if you do that. So you'll just have to stick with exhaust if you get it, and the wing in the back, obviously. So you guys, with that being said, thank you so much for the love and support. As you can see, AutoMotivationZ, we are at 692 subscribers right now. We have 101 videos, and you guys, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love that you guys comment on everything. I'm still replying back to comments on my RS3, my M5, some of the cars that I've had. People asking me, what did you do with this? How did you set it up? What did the exhaust sound like? How did it run? And I love answering questions about the previous vehicles that I've had. So this is a fun build for me, and this is actually a car that I would actually consider just because it's new, it's got new technology. It has adaptive cruise. I just learned that today. This car has eyesight, so you get all of the awesome safety features from the eyesight that Subaru offers right now. You only get that in the TR or GT, so you have to get the really high-end models, but you can get it. So a manual transmission car, this is the second one that I'm aware of that has adaptive cruise available for it. Very cool. And Subaru eyesight is very good. It does a very good job of recognizing things, and it works very well. And once again, let me just highlight, you guys, these wheels, absolute masterpiece. I love these wheels. And if I could, and I bought this car, I would probably get another set of these, even though they're probably pretty expensive, and I'd put winter tires on them and have two sets because I like these that much. I just think they look super cool, and I really like it. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Later.